Hello and welcome to the Sprint 1 recap for healthcare claims .NET version. This is part of a two-solution demo project where I create a simple healthcare claims app. Solution 1 is being created with Microsoft Power Platform, including Power Automate, Power Apps, and Power BI. And this solution 2, is going to be based on an Azure Functions API on the back end with a Blazor WebAssembly front end and a Sqlite database. I began the solution by creating 4 .NET projects. I have an API project, which is an Azure Function project template, a client project, which is a Blazor WASM or WebAssembly project, and then I have 2 class libraries for the data context and the entity models. Here I have my domain models defined for claim, enum, patient, product, and provider. Here we have the claims DB context class, where we include our tables and then do some explicit defining of our keys, relationships, and converting our enums to strings in our SQLite database. I created code-first migrations using the .NET CLI. And so I see I have my migration files. And then I also created a DB initializer class to seed the database with some nice sample data. And I can use the SQLite Studio to view the data that I created there. This first week's about creating the endpoints for the API, and we can see that I have functions classes for claims and for patients and providers. And these all map directly to the CRUD endpoints that we would expect. Now that I have my functions created, I can go ahead and test all of these. If I do .NET run, the server side process gets launched. It nicely lists all the endpoints. And then I can just come in here and using the REST client extension in VS Code, click on send request. Sure enough, I get all the providers back. If I do it on my get provider by ID, it returns just the one provider. If I want to create a new provider, I can do that. Now I'm being secure and using GUIDs for my provider IDs. So what I can do here is copy that out, paste that in this next test, and then see if I can update this record to a updated provider of dermatology. And that should just work, and it does. And I can come down here, paste in that same ID, and we deleted that provider. Next week, we will start filling out the Blazor front end. We'll come up with a list of claims and as well as components for creating and editing claim forms with validation. Thank you for watching.